Yo people, welcome back to the channel. So we got some breaking news today. Deontay Wilder has won his arbitration case against Tyson Fury, which puts Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, the fight set for August 14th, in doubt. Now, if you're not up to date with the process or what was going on, essentially after Tyson Fury defeated Deontay Wilder and took his WBC belt, there was a rematch clause in that contract which Deontay Wilder triggered, but due to the pandemic and injuries that Deontay Wilder sustained, the clause in the contract expired, according to Bob Arum and Team Fury. But obviously now Deontay Wilder's won the arbitration case, which is technically not legally binding, I don't believe. But if Tyson Fury were to just ignore the arbitration and go and fight Anthony Joshua instead of giving Deontay Wilder the trilogy fight, then a legal case might be made. Before we continue with the video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. So, Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, is it in doubt? Well, that's a question that will be answered in due course, but you'd have to imagine that action will be taken, whether that's the possibility of Tyson Fury being stripped of his WBC belt and Deontay Wilder fighting for a vacant belt. That's one possibility, and obviously Tyson Fury would go and fight Anthony Joshua instead after being stripped, or Tyson Fury could fight Deontay Wilder for the WBC belt, and whether he's successful or unsuccessful in that defense, you know, that's neither here nor there. Anthony Joshua will go and fight Oleksandr Usyk, because of course Oleksandr Usyk is the mandatory challenger for the WBO belt, which Anthony Joshua still holds. So what is the most likely outcome? You've got the possibility of Tyson Fury being stripped of the title and just saying, you know what, who cares? Tyson Fury himself has said he's never fighting Deontay Wilder again after the blatant lies that Deontay Wilder and his team were spewing about Tyson Fury putting stuff in his gloves and all this. Like, it's clearly stupidness. It's clearly idiotic stuff they were saying. So it's understandable that Tyson Fury never wants to fight him again. And why should he? He knocked him out in what, 5 rounds? In convincing fashion. I do believe there is a possibility AJ versus Fury happens next still without the WBC belt on the line. I do believe after Deontay Wilder's won this arbitration case, that WBC belt will be vacated, because I'm sure Tyson Fury don't want legal action taken against him. And there is a case of this kind of thing happening before, back in 2001, I believe, or 2000, when Lennox Lewis was the undisputed champion after fighting Evander Holyfield. Lennox Lewis fought Michael Grant, but was actually stripped of the WBA title because he didn't face his mandatory challenger, John Ruiz. That was a case that was contested in court as well. I see this going that kind of way, that similar way, where I think Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are just going to fight each other anyway, and I think Deontay Wilder is going to end up fighting for a vacant belt. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the scenario, the situation, the breaking news, whatever you want to call it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, guys. I'd love to hear your opinions. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And turn on post notifications so that you never miss a new video.